All about the future. Worship regardless. Hey, young people, don't be discouraged. Just be encouraged. Don't be frustrated. Just be elated. God's got plan for you. He wants now to prosper you. He will take care of you. Let him finish that work in you. All about the future. Yeah. Oh yeah. Same on Zion youth.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another segment of Youth Buzz. I'm your host, Nicole. On today's episode of The Buzz, I have quite a big announcement to make. Actually, some exciting news. Today, I am going to be welcoming aboard my new co-host to The Buzz. We can have a drum roll for that, but that you won't hear it. So I believe in I believe in self-introduction. Self-introduction is the best. So I'm going to go ahead and allow my co-host to introduce himself. I know everyone will be excited already. I thought about it and I was like, oh my God, this voice that's going to be heard is going to be a welcomed voice. And so I'm going to give him the opportunity to introduce himself, say what he knows best. And so take it away.
Wow. Greetings, everybody. My name is Brother Ramin Powell. I think most, if not all, that is listening right now, if you're familiar with the church, you should be familiar with me. I am a young brother in the church. Love the Lord, love his ministry, love his work. And, when the opportunity arose for me to come and assist Sister Behari, it was an easy decision. It was an easy decision. So that's the introduction you want, or if you want me to get into some deeper things.
All right, that's acceptable for now. Won't start too strong.
No, man. As you say, this is a co-hosting role, so it's not just. I won't just be here for this one episode. You'll hear me pop in and out. So you'll hear more from me. You'll hear more about me. So this is just the teaser. This is just the introduction. Later on you'll get a lot more of me.
Absolutely, and I'm sure as we go along, without you even saying, people will learn more about you as you host the episodes. And so thank you for that introduction. I'm, like I said, I know that those who know you will be happy to have you on board the Buzz. And so thank you for taking up the opportunity. You mentioned that it was an easy decision, and I'm glad that it is. That shows that you're ready to do service. And I appreciate the assistance because, as you know, this task isn't always easy. And so with someone to help, someone to assist, of course, whatever we're putting out will be even better because we have two people working, two heads better than one. All right. So thank you for that. So yes, go ahead.
No, I just listening to what you're saying is really important for us, especially as young people, to be vigilant and to be active. You know what I mean?
Yes.
A lot of the times we allow persons to criticize our ability because we just don't work. You get what I'm saying? We have to either be forced into work, or we have to, have people push us. Sometimes it's good to see an initiative and just jump in and give a helping hand, because you never know what is going to come out of it. You never know what direction that path is going to turn. So just for all the listeners out there, don't wait. Seize every opportunity. Go ahead, take charge. You're youthful, you're vibrant, you have a new perspective. Go ahead and be creative, be free to take charge and to lead.
That's powerful. And I love that you mentioned that because I think most of the time, especially as youth, we are very timid to take up opportunities that are
Oh yeah.
presented before us.
Oh yeah.
And then, you know, we express that we'd like to grow. These are opportunities that allows us to grow. And so I think that that charge that you just gave is very vital to us growing and experiencing what we want to experience, especially in the deeper spiritual realm. So that's, I hope the listeners, especially the younger one, take charge of opportunities that are presented to you. Don't feel like you're incapable. A lot of us, when we come into the world, not everything we know how to do, you know,
That's
so we
true.
learn over time. And that's what life is. Life is about experiencing and learning. Not everything you will do perfectly all at once. But
Yeah.
as you go along, you see trial and error. And of course, you make perfection out of what you're doing. So don't be timid. Don't be afraid. Take up be daring. I know,
Yeah.
Brother Romain, you're the daring one. So, you know, they might be inspired from you. And that's why I'm so excited about this, because you're able to show that
It's funny.
even though you're young, you can make use of opportunities.
It's funny you say that, because we were having a similar conversation about that a couple of days ago. And
Yes.
after we finished talking, I started to like reminisce on my life. And for those that know me for like a long time, not just like in the past like 5 years or so, but like people that know me way back, I was like timid, like straight up timid. I was at a point,
No way.
believe me, like you would call me
No
to
way.
like testify or to sing or like, and I would just go up there bawling my eyes out, like crying. Like, it was
No way.
because even myself, I was like, why am I doing this? Because before that, I was outgoing. You get what I'm saying? Like I was, confident to do stuff. But it actually happened like right after I got baptized. Like it was like a switch that at first I was like, I don't understand what's happening here. Why am I shutting down? Why am I crying all of a sudden and just not giving my best, But I learned through that failure. You get what I'm saying? I
Right.
use those moments to be a stepping stone. And so for those persons that out there that are nervous, that are afraid, that are, wondering, oh my gosh, like I don't have the confidence that Brother Romain has, or as you call it, the daringness,
Right.
sometimes it doesn't start like that. Sometimes it's acknowledging your fears, recognizing that maybe I'm not as good as this as I thought, but you challenge yourself that I'm going to be better. I'm going to adjust. I'm going to adapt. I'm going to improve on this thing. And it's not going to happen overnight, but if you have the drive, the vision, and the support system, I believe that you can be whoever it is that God designs you to be.
Yes. Yes. That's it right there. That's it right there. And that's why I always, when I'm ending the buzz, I often say that we're here to empower, to enrich, and to uplift, because these are things that they are in us. We just have to bring them out and, overcome that fear that we often have of what we can and cannot do. And so that's why we're here, our listeners. And we hope that um, from this podcast, you may feel empowered after hearing and all the things that we share and we go into, that you may now feel like you're encouraged to take a step, to take a chance, to do something that you haven't done before, that you're not comfortable doing. Go outside your zone and see how your potential is so wide and vast that you yourself was holding yourself back. And so as I said before, we're going to be co-hosting, and I'm looking forward to this. And to our listeners, I know that even though we are co-hosting, you might get different styles from both of us as we host different episodes, because of course we have different personalities. But I want to assure you that we believe the same principle. We stand on the same doctrine, and our styles may be different in how we host the episodes, but the foundation is still the same. The purpose that we have behind this podcast remains the same. And so I want you to pull more from what we give to you than from what we are as opposed to what we're doing. And so Romain, I just want to ask you, as you are on board this mission,
Mhm.
What are you most passionate about regarding the youth?
The youth. I am passionate about opportunities. I'm passionate about the future. You know, I've corresponded with a lot of different youths from across our organization and sometimes too outside of our organization. And when I listen to them in general, they have such brilliant ideas. They have such visions for the church and where they would love to see not only the organization but even themselves. And so to know that there are still some out there that want to grow, that want to see the church of God improve, be it's the best that it can be. I'm excited for that. And for those that are still on the fence, those that still haven't found their roots in the Lord, I want to be an encouragement to them, to be an example to them. And so I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm ready to be available in whatever capacity that I can be for somebody out there that is either looking for an encouragement, that's looking for support, that's looking for anything to get them deeper, more grounded, more focused on God. And so anything that I could do, I'm willing to do it.
Awesome, awesome, and I'm sure God appreciates the sacrifice. We need encouragement ourselves, and when we go outside of ourselves to give to others, even what we need, our blessing is coming directly from the Lord. And so, thank you for doing this and making yourself available again. And so, lastly, I want to ask you, what can the listeners look forward to as it relates to this collaboration, this new co-hosting of the Buzz? What should we expect? What should we look forward to?
What should you expect? We're gonna do things. I wanna experiment. I'm gonna do a little experimentation. We're gonna try different things. We're gonna work on different topics and struggles that we go through, but also get more encouragements from our elderly brethren. Right? I was corresponding with a couple other youths, and they were saying to me that, let's get some insight on what young people life, quote unquote, was like in the olden days, And so I feel like that would be interesting to see the evolution of the struggle, the evolution of the church and their youth activities in comparison to ours. But I also wanted to get into some controversial stuff too, like, the stuff that we see out in the world, get some youth perspective. Our world right now is battling stuff like abortion issues and gun control, and if you look
gender
at
identity,
these are stuff, believe it or not, they're being spearheaded by young activists. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I would love for our young people to start thinking critically about these things, not just see them and hear somebody on TikTok say something for 30 seconds and just like, that sounds good, but to take a deep dive, think not only critically, but also biblically, what does the scriptures have to say? And sometimes I like to play devil's advocate just to pull out just to pull out more information from the people, just to, because here's the thing about me. I went to a Christian college, right? That's what they say. And being the only Sabbath keeper on that campus, I had to be able to articulate whatever it is that I believed, because it's not a public school where, oh, you're a Christian and everybody leaves you alone, right? They're gonna say, oh, I'm Christian too, so why can I do this but you can't do this? You get what I'm saying? And so I want our people to be able to get into situations where you can articulate. I see sometimes we get baffled when we are posed with doctrinal questions, so I want to challenge our young people to think, challenge them to get into the word, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's better you and I have these conversations, right, and we make our mistakes here versus when we go out into the world and fumble. And the final thing I would say is that let us actually go into the world, right? That's what Christ commanded us to do in Matthew 28. I think the church could improve on that a lot. We have a lot of times just sat back and waited for people to walk through our doors. But I feel like we need to be a little bit more aggressive. And if we start getting our young people to be more assertive with their faith and be more knowledgeable, have the ability to communicate these things, then I feel like we are in a better place for the future. So by the time we take over, we're not baffling with the fundamentals or the rudimentary things.
Right.
So if by the end of this we can accomplish that, we can change some lives, we can get the persons that are on the fence to be fully on board, and to strengthen those that are already on board to keep going, I feel like we have success.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. And in other words, listeners, look forward to us mixing it up on the buzz. And as Romaine says, we're going to dive into deeper things, not just surface encouragement that we often hear about, read and pray and all of that, but different issues outside of what we normally hear that is present in society that we often turn a blind eye to. Things that I know that young people would want to go into, but they're not comfortable, talking about it and expressing it. And so hearing it coming from this perspective, Romaine, I think would capture and empower them to even be more willing to open up about certain things and to discuss certain topic. And so look forward to going into deeper issues, being exposed to a vast variety of different topics that we often neglect to address. And so that's why you're here on board, Brother Romaine. You say you like to play the devil's advocate, and I know you can be controversial, but that's a good thing. We need controversy in order for us to get to understand both sides of the situation. So, that's wonderful. And I'm glad that you're on board. I'm excited. I am actually looking forward to it. Oh, yes. And I believe this is heading in a good direction. And so listeners, just look out for it, listen out for it. And we're here to empower our young people. And as Romaine says, we're going to be having older brethren sharing their experience, because we learn best from experience of others who have experience and are now accomplished, right? And so look forward to a variety of things happening on the buzz, mixing it up, hearing different perspectives, having different topics, different issues being addressed that we can all benefit from. It may not be something that you can relate to, but it's definitely something that you can pass on to other people. And so those are my final words. And so like I said, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and just continue to pray that God keep our minds humble and keep us focused, keep us willing to even move forward with this initiative so that we can enlarge the kingdom of God with the little that we do. And so, Romaine, do you have any final words before we wrap up our introduction? Anything else you'd like to say to our listeners?
I would just say, stay sharp. Look out. The devil is always trying to weed out our age group. And so this podcast is to help fortify us. It's to help keep us motivated and strong. Remember, you are not alone. A lot of the times I feel like as young people, we feel that way. Like nobody understands what we're going through. Believe me, we're gonna get into that stuff. We're gonna
don't share too much now.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get into it, because I'm about being real. I'm not about the superficial. I'm not about putting on a cute bow on it and then making it all pretty. This Christian life is rough, and we're gonna get into some of the nitty-gritty of how rough it can be, but at the end, to show that Christ is our hope. And it doesn't matter where you feel you are, no matter how low you think you are, God is more than capable. He's more than able. The Bible says that with us, it is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. And so be encouraged, my young people, be encouraged, my old people, be encouraged, whoever is listening. We are going to change a lot of things with this podcast. We're going to expose a lot of things with this podcast, but we're also going to heal a lot of hearts. We're going to change a lot of minds. We're going to empower a lot of souls to do better, to be better. So be encouraged in Jesus' name. Big up Jesus.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. And so to our listeners, thank you all for tuning in. And like we said, just brace for it, because we're going to rip the Band-Aid off. We're not going to pat it. We're going to rip it off, and we're going to heal. And so look forward to the buzz as we come out with different, our next couple of episodes addressed in different topics. And so with that, we just want to say thank you for tuning in, and look forward to hearing Brother Powell empower you, uplift you, enrich you with the words of God, from the words of God, through the words of God. In all areas, we are biblically rooted. And so you will receive your inspiration from God's words. And so with that, we thank you for joining us. And as we often say, we're here to empower you, uplift you, enrich you. And so stay blessed, be blessed, and stay tuned and look forward to the buzz.
All about the future, yeah. Oh yeah. Same on Zion youth,
Welcome one and all to another season of Youth Buzz. Season 2 is here, and I just want to express my gratitude. I am thankful for all of you who followed us through season 1. Your unseen presence is appreciated. I'm giving God thanks for His ability to allow us to be able to even share with you on season 1. I know for me, it has been a blessing, and I hope that those of you who tuned in to season 1, you received a blessing as well. And so we're here with season 2. We've made it to another season, and for that, we are grateful. And of course, we're always on business for the King. And so this is no glory of ourselves. This is not to get recognition or anything like that, but it's to glorify God's name. It's to encourage and uplift those who hear our voice. And so, as always, we strive to empower, uplift, and enrich our youth. And let me go and further explain our mission. As you all know, I always mention that we're here to uplift, empower, and enrich our young people, as well as all the listeners who hear this program. And so I just want to quickly describe what those 3 words mean, or give you a dictionary definition of those words. And so one definition for the word empowerment, or to empower, is to make someone or something stronger and more confident, especially in controlling their life and claiming their rights. So that's one definition of empowerment, but part of our mission. The next word, upliftment, or to uplift, something that makes a person feel more cheerful, positive, or optimistic. And lastly, enrich or enrichment, to improve or enhance the quality or value of something. And so these 3 elements, these 3 goals are what we have set out for Youth Buzz. And so every time you listen, each time we record a session, that's what we have in mind, to make sure that we're striving to uplift, to empower, to give you the confidence, especially to control the things that are rightfully given to you by God, how you want to control yourself, your emotions, who you are. And so that's what we're here to do. And I pray that as we do so, this may indeed be a blessing to you. I just hope that this season will continue to do just that, and that you'll strive to maintain a stronger foundation in all that you do. And so I want to leave with you a scripture taken from Isaiah chapter 40, verse 30 to 31. It says, even the youths shall faint and be weary, and young men shall utterly fall, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. We may get tired and weary sometimes, right? But we can always find strength in the Lord. And so I want to encourage us as young people to know that we can find strength in the Lord. And I hope that this program will be of strength, will be of resource, will be of upliftment to you. And so with that, thank you for tuning into season 2. And I hope that this season will bring a lot of blessing to you and to your soul. God bless you all.